Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So this is completely dry, and I actually just posted a short, and I made a very grungy, unfinished kind of a portrait. It's actually just, I call it like, just say you were a musician and you were just going to practice your scales. It's kind of like the same thing. And I was just working really fast, and I'm just kind of getting my juices flowing. I've done so many of these. I'll probably go over top of it and, work on top of it. And I just like to kind of do that like as a warm-up session, just to kind of, just free myself and just get into the mood of it. And I really love the way it turned out. Now, 9 times out of 10, it's just like, like scribbly kind of, it may not even look like anything. And it's not meant to be, proportionate. Like, I don't worry about the proportions as much as me just kind of like getting into the moment. And it just kind of breaks that like fear of the white page. I'm uninspired. I don't know what to do. And I have a ton of them. And sometimes I just use a pencil. Sometimes I use mixed media, a collage, whatever. Now I just kind of, by accident, almost kind of like the way this turned out, but yeah, it most of the time it's just like, I'm just like freeing myself. So I'm just going to bring this up closer because when I do my shorts on a time lapse, I can't really bring it up closer. And it's really interesting, but this black part over here is collage, and so is this red part, and so is this black part. And I love it. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of, it's like curious to me. It pulls me in. It's just like, what is that? And I'm just so drawn to it. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything specifically, but I just feel like it adds so much interest, and like a sense of like storytelling to the piece, because like I don't really know like what is that, but I just love this piece. So I just wanted to show you guys that. But anyways, I now, because I did that and I kind of, I have been working on this over here as well, I am kind of leaning more towards this kind of like unfinished kind of, you know, piece, I guess. So I'm not going to do a whole lot actually. I'm just going to like make some eyes here, and I think the lips are not placed properly, and I want her to be looking this way. And you guys, that always seems to happen to me, honestly. Every time I say I'm not gonna fuss about something, I end up fussing about it. Now I have to with this because it like her lips are too high up once I added the eyes here. So I'm just gonna kind of move this a little bit without getting too fussy. And I think I want to use my Posca markers to maybe make some like designs maybe on the page here, or some lines, some marks. Oops. And so while I wait for this to dry, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do the facial features, just because it may not dry. And I want the eyes to be looking off on this side here. It's kind of a small thing, but it's important to me. And I think I'm just gonna kind of like move that a little bit. And I think I'm gonna use, think I'm gonna use this over here. Now, I think I want to like make some marks here, like a pattern to draw attention to this sun here. Like whenever there is a face, especially, anything else you have, it kind of takes second, it plays second fiddle. So I like to kind of like, you know, just draw attention to that sun. And I just want to like bring this line here. Ooh, I'm really loving that, you guys. Now, this is one of the pieces where I just kind of think that once it's done, I feel called to add some words to it. I used to add words to my art all the time, and I still do, in my art journals especially. I think that's one of the beautiful things about art journaling is like you can combine words to it so easily, you know, because I mean, it's a journal. So, you know, it's a visual journal, but then it just kind of comes more naturally, I guess, to add words. But I think, yeah, I think I'm feeling like I might want to add some words here. And like I want her eyes to be, now it's going to be hard for me to draw over top of this because it is, everything's wet, but these are my stabilos. So even if I just like sketch it in a little bit, and you guys, I will definitely show it to you guys when I'm done. Like even if I do another, like a totally different, you know, video, I'll be like, oh, this is from, you know, this is from my other video, and I'll show you guys the finished piece. Ooh, I'm already loving her, you guys. You know what? I feel like she's a medial woman. I'm just kind of getting that vibe, honestly. I don't know if it's just like her expression. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm just kind of feeling it. Oh, you guys, you know what? I am thinking that what I am going to do is I am going to cut this out when she's complete with the sun, and I am going to put her in my Medial Woman art journal. Ooh, I think that is, now she is a little bit too big. See, the journal is like a lot smaller, but I might do it on a spread, like say, you know, like this way. I might like place her this way. Yeah, that would fit, and cut it in half. Or I might like rig something up. But yeah, you guys, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut her out and I am gonna add her to my Medial Woman art journal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. You guys. Yeah, I'm just totally feeling like she belongs in my Medial Woman art journal. Anyways, you guys, this has been a big win for me because now I'm like thinking, okay, and you know what? So I started off the multiples and I was working on these two pieces at one time, and then like a few layers in, I separated them. But I am gonna go back and I am gonna work on this. I'm not going to videotape it, but I will show it to you guys, and then you can see like, hey, even when you separate the two at some point, there are going to be similarities. They might be completely different. Like this might be a still life and this might be a, this is a portrait, but because I started them the same way, you know, I was doing everything the same. Like there are repetitions of color, line, collage, patterns, just everything was the same up to a certain point, so that even if I come in and do something completely different, an abstract, a landscape, whatever, I'm going to be able to put the two together and I'm going to be like, wow, they kind of belong together. And a while ago I visited, I don't even remember, you guys, it was an exhibition somewhere, and where somebody, like all of their work, it wasn't like a specific theme, like it wasn't like all portraits or all landscapes or whatever, but they all look like they were all part of the same collection. And I think, I mean, they didn't say, but I think that it's because, you know, they were working on everything together. Like you can, it really ties things together when you work in multiples. Like I said, you can separate them at some point, or you can work on all of them together to completion. Like there are no rules. Anyways, you guys, she is going in my Medial Woman art journal. I am so pleased about this. I cannot tell you. And I will finish her off, and then I'll show her to you guys. So if you watch all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.